Hey, if you have been wondering how much can you get paid selling on Adobe Stock, this is going to be the video for you. We're going to go over everything associated with it. So Adobe Stock, there's a lot of ways to get paid. We're going to go through the basics first, which is just the simple royalty rate. The simple royalty rate is devised or divided into two main categories of assets. You have your videos, and then pretty much you have everything else, which is photos, vectors, and illustrations. Now, for the royalty rate of photos, vectors, and illustrations, as you guys can see on this page, it's a 33% royalty. Now, that 33% royalty is of the sale of each photo or of the download of each photo. The video contributes to 35%. Now, some of you might be saying, what is 33? What is 35? I'll explain. So it all depends on how much a user has prepaid for or what plan they're in. And so what we could do is we can go over here and we can search Adobe Stock payment plan, right, on Google. And let's see how much it costs to have an Adobe Stock account as a customer. And so you could see here for $30 a month, you can receive 10 standard assets, meaning photos, vectors, or illustrations, or one video a month, okay? So one video contributes to the $30 a month, roughly, okay? Here, you can have 25 standard assets or 3 videos a month for $50, okay? Then you have 40 assets or 6 videos a month for $79.99. And then here we have 750 assets or 25 videos a month for $200 a month. Now, this is the annual commitment. You also have the month-to-month commitment. And these are the two different commitments that currently exist aside from their larger plans. These are just kind of the plans that are shown to the basic users, okay? The reason why this is important to understand is because there's different ways that Adobe I guess you could say promotes their business, and depending on how they're promoting their business, what kind of discount or what kind of plan that user is on depends on how much you're going to get paid. So let's talk about photos, for instance, right? If you're going to sell a photo and you get a download and that person is paying a normal $30 a month plan, which is $29.99, and they download one of your photos, what that attributes to is that photo has a value of $1, but you're going to get paid 33 cents simply because the royalty rate is 33 cents. Does that make sense? So hopefully that's very clear on how it works. But this is not the only concept, because what you want to understand is that it depends on what you're uploading. Now, and it also depends on who's getting what. So for example, there are people who are on larger plans. This is why there's something called the minimum royalty amounts. There are some people who are on larger plans, okay? And these larger plans there's a section here called the free collection. And there are people with, accounts that they're spending, thousands of dollars a month. And really, these aren't probably people, these are companies that are downloading. And sometimes they might look at 40, 50, 60 different images and download, all kinds of images in one shot, where somebody can download more than one of your image at once, which is why I say, often, is I say, just upload what you have, because you never know what somebody's going to utilize. And if you do that, if you upload what you have, it's only going to create a better scenario for you when you want to go out there and make some money. Because imagine a company, let's say, is on a plan where they're getting 10,000 assets a month, okay? Now, these companies are probably large marketing companies. Maybe they're large blogging companies, large blogging agencies, advertising agencies even. And they're putting together a lot of campaigns. And let's say they need to pull out campaigns for different, let's just say, cosmetics companies. They're going to go in, they're going to download 50, 100, 1,000 images at once. And then they're going to take in these downloads and they're going to submit them to their account executives for approval, for their clients and things like that. It could just so happen that more of one of your images are in those account downloads, was once again why I say Don't be afraid to post images. You really never know what's going to get downloaded, and people are not paying necessarily per download for the larger accounts. They're paying for their plan, and they have allotted and a lot of downloads. These plans, the $29.99 plans and the smaller plans that you've seen here and what they're describing, these are what you call the regular users. But there's so many times where I'll wake up in the morning, check my Adobe account, and I'll get sales on images that I would never have pictured would sell, and they're all in the same niche. Most likely, 9 times out of 10, it's that same person downloading them, and they're going to use them for a larger cause, larger company, and they're just not sure which one to pick immediately. And because they have prepaid for 1,000 downloads, 1,900 downloads per month, sometimes even 10,000 downloads per month, right? They're just going to download whatever they want to, and you're going to get paid, once again, per download. So sometimes you can get paid 99 cents a download. Sometimes you could get paid a little less, but either way, it can contribute to a lot of income. Let's talk about now this bonus program, which actually Adobe has a few of these programs, which is really awesome. One of these programs, aside from just the typical bonus, is you have the free program, which the free program is you're getting paid $5 for every image that has had at least one sale during a period of time, and you're getting paid $5 for each, image that has been admitted into this quote-unquote free program. So what Adobe will do is, they did this last year, well, they'll send out a letter, okay, to everybody who had some sales, and they'll say, you can contribute, or you can basically submit all of a certain amount of images, right? And they'll tell you which ones you can submit through like a little application. And basically, if that image had had a sale previously, but no more than a certain amount of sales, depending on what their criteria is for that year, you can give them essentially that image. They'll keep it for 3, 6 months, whatever the time period is that they describe. I think for me it was 3 months. And they're going to take that image and they're going to put it up on their account, where essentially I'm not getting paid per download, but they're going to push it more. And then during that period, I get paid $5 for that image as a default. And let's just say you submitted 10,000 images, and it just so happens that 2,000 of those images have more than 15 sales, and then another 2,000 have only 1 to 5 sales. Those images that have 1 to 5 sales, you can submit all 2,000 of them, and once again get paid $5 per image that they decide to take. So maybe they decide to take 600 images, 500 images, 1,800 images, etc. What happens is you're going to get paid $5 per image, and they're going to hold it for, like I said, 3 months into this program period. It doesn't have to be 3 months. It could be, however long period, it is, but you get my point as to what I'm trying to kind of reference here. And part of the reason why I'm even talking about this is because this is why I say, and I've said this in the lessons time and time again, I've even said it on free videos, and you guys have probably heard me, is if you're new to this, if you're new to uploading AI art to platforms like Adobe Stock or even Adobe Stock, it's probably a good idea that you submit 10,000 images and do not quit up until, right, you have actually submitted them. And some people will upload their first 100, 200, and because maybe wait times take too long or whatever, they'll just walk away from the business, and they'll forget about it. And then maybe they're going to notice that they get a sale later down the road, and then they're going to get fired up again and then pay attention to it. The best thing you can do is just keep pushing, keep uploading consistently, get to the 10,000 marker, then sit back and wait, and you'll see a whole ton of results, which will probably get you more fired up and then do more. But you can definitely do very, very financially well off of a 10,000 upload portfolio. In fact, I would go as far as saying that if you live in other countries outside of the US, the United States, Canada, Australia, the United Kingdom, you could definitely potentially create a full-time income for yourself off of those 10,000 downloads. Here in the US, in other countries, it could get a little expensive for the cost of living. But the point is that everybody who's watching this YouTube channel wants to create a significant amount of income online. Fortunately, I have a huge fan base or viewer base from other countries, and it's a lot easier to move the needle because they're getting paid in the American dollar terms. So yeah, guys, you can definitely move the needle very, very significantly in your life just by trying different programs like this, especially if you're using different AI art strategies as I am. So if you guys enjoyed this video and you want to see more videos on Adobe Stock, let me know. I'm happy to spread more information. I'll be leaving some stock photography type videos in the description box down below for you guys can check them out. I talk about Vecteezy, talk about Adobe Stock, and we'll be talking about a lot more. I'll talk to you guys later. Thank you guys for watching. Peace out. Bye.